Hello students, let us start our new session of chapter number 4, Motion in a Plane. Now, in earlier sessions, we understood that how the mathematical analysis can be represented with vectors using graphical method. Now, we are going to define a vector addition using analytical method. So here we are taking two vectors A and B in xy plane. So having its individual components ax, ay for vector A and bx, by for vector B. So A vector can be specified as axi caret plus ay j caret. Ax component that is in x direction, ay component in y direction. Vector B can be represented as bxi plus byj. So bx component in x direction, by component in j direction. So the resultant vector, after the addition operation, are equal to a plus b. So that would be, substitute the vector values of a and b. So axi plus ayj plus bxi plus byj. Now, while we are doing addition, the same direction in which the components are available, that can be clubbed, that can be represented together. So here I components that are in the common direction in x direction, let us make it together, let us combine it. So r equal to ax plus bx into I plus ay plus by into j. So here the resultant vector r equal to can be represented as rxi plus ryj. So rx equal to addition of both the vectors in x direction, ax plus bx, and ry, that is equal to the addition component in the y direction of both the vectors ay plus by. Likewise, we can also perform the analytical method with three-dimension structure. So let us take vector A, represent in all these three directions axi plus ayj plus azk. Likewise, let us take another vector B, that is again represent in all these three directions, that is bxi plus byj plus bzk. So resultant vector R, that is equal to a plus b, represent or substitute the vector values of a and b, then resultant value would be rxi plus ryj plus rzk. So rx would be common x direction component of both the vectors will be added in same direction, ax plus bx. Ry, it would be the added component of both the vectors in common direction, ay plus by, and rz, it would be the added component of both the vectors in z direction, az plus bz. So here if we are taking three vectors, here we have added two vectors with three-dimensional component. Now let us add three vectors which represents in all these three directions. So let us take small a, that would be represent axi plus ayj plus azk. Small b, that would be bxi plus bxy plus bzk. And third vector c, that would be cxi plus cyj plus czk. Right. Now, if we want to perform, if we want a resultant vector t equal to a plus b minus c, then how we can do it? Keep the direction of a and b vectors as it is, and whatever the vector c is there, change the direction of the vector c. So multiply the vector c with the minus 1 scalar quantity, so it would be represented as a minus c. Then it will be added. So the resultant vector t, it would be axi plus ayj plus zk plus bxi plus byj plus bzk plus, that is a minus of c, so it would be plus and minus minus, so it would be minus cxi plus cyj plus czk. Open these brackets and club the I component, j component and k component. So you will get Tx equal to Ax plus Bx minus Cx, Ty equal to Ay plus By minus Cy, and Tz equal to Az plus Bz minus Cz. So this is how we can define addition or subtraction by using analytical method that can be represented with the 2 dimension as well the 3 dimension. We can add 2 vectors as well 3 vectors. Clear? Let us take example regarding the same. Find the magnitude and direction of the resultant of 2 vectors A and B in terms of their magnitudes and angle theta between them. So here the diagram is given in which it represents vector A as OP, vector B in the direction of OQ, and the angle theta is available between 2 vectors. So here the parallelogram has been used. So parallel line of vector A is defining from the point Q. So QS represents a parallel vector of A. Same parallel vector of B is represented by SP. So here let us straighten the line from point P and make the triangle SNP. Now this OP and OQ, that is a vector A and B, using a parallelogram method we want R equal to A plus B, the vector addition that we need to perform. So here as you can see, Sn we have defined a normal vector of OP and PM. So from its geometry of the triangle SNP, over here as you can see in SNP triangle, if we represent then OS square SNO. If we are taking that large triangle, then OH square equal to SN square plus ON square. This is what is represented over here. But ON is what? Now we need to represent what is ON. So ON can be, say that OP plus PN. OP plus PN. OP that we know, vector A. What is PN? So let us define PN. Whatever the theta angle is represent, take cos theta. So what is cos theta? Pn divided by Ps. Ps is a vector B parallel line. Its magnitude and direction is same. So Pn equal to B cos theta. So here this can be, and Sn is what? Sn equal to B sin theta. So by placing that value of On and Sn, we are getting a magnitude R, that OS equal to R. So OS square equal to A plus B cos theta whole square plus B sin theta square. So R square equal to A square plus 2AB cos theta plus B square sin square theta. Take B square common. So in the bracket we are having cos square theta plus sin square theta, which is represented as a 1. So resultant value we are having A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So R equal to under root of it, A square plus B square plus 2AB cos theta. So here we are having a magnitude. Now we need to determine its angle theta. So for that, let us take 2 triangles OSN and PSN, as you can see over here. OSN, the larger triangle, and PSN, that is a smaller triangle which is defined in a dotted line. So with that, Sn equal to OS sin alpha, that alpha and beta triangles are defined between OS and OP vector, that is alpha, and beta angle is represented between OS and SP angle. So with that, determine that angles. So Sn equal to OS sin alpha, that would be R sin alpha. And in triangle PSN, Sn equal to PS sin theta, that is B sin theta. Sn values are same, its representation is same. So let us equate both the values of Sn, that would be R sin alpha equal to B sin theta. So by equating this, we are having the equation R upon sin theta equal to B upon sin alpha. Same way, with the reference of beta angle, represent PM equal to A sin alpha equal to B sin beta. So equate both the values of the PM. So that would be A upon sin beta equal to B upon sin alpha. All these three values are same. As you can see, so we are having R upon sin theta equal to B upon sin alpha from the equation 4.24b. And in 4.24c, you can see that B upon sin alpha equal to A upon sin beta. So ultimately, we also can say that R upon sin theta equal to A upon sin beta. So all these three values will be equated. So here, sin alpha equal to B upon R sin theta. From this 4.24b, we can say that sin alpha equal to B upon R sin theta. Right? And R value we are taking from its magnitude. Other way, we can also define a tan alpha. Tan alpha equal to Sn upon OP plus Pn. So can be represented as a B sin theta divided by A plus B cos theta. These three resultant vectors we are having, which defines in direction. Earlier we represent R, which defines the magnitude of the resultant vector. So here 4.24a, which defines a law of cosine, and 4.24d over here, which defines a law of sines. Clear, everybody? Let us take another example. A motorboat is racing towards north at 25 km per hour, and the water current in that region is 10 km per hour in the direction of 60 degree east of south. Find the resultant velocity of the boat. Here the vector VB is going to be represent a velocity of motorboat, and vector VC represents a vector of water current along with its direction. Here we are going to utilize a parallelogram method. Whatever the resultant equation of magnitude and direction we have determined from the earlier example, the same equation we are going to utilize to get its addition result. So as you can see in the diagram over here, VB, it is available towards the north direction, which defines the direction of motorboat, and VC, that is available in fourth quadrant between east and south, that is defined a water current vector. So VB and VC. So the resultant vector, as it is given in the example, that water current, it is available at 60 degree east of south. So angle is available 60 degree between vector VC and south direction. So here the resultant vector R, that is equal to under root of VB square plus VC square plus 2 VB VC cos theta. What should be the theta? What should be the theta? The theta angle between a vector VC and resultant vector R. Now, between north and south, we are having a 180 degree angle, right? 60 degree angle is provided between VC and south. So, remaining angle, can we say that is a 180 minus 60, that would be 120. So, here we are having that angle theta equal to 120. So, VC square plus VB square plus 2VB VC cos 120 degree. By substituting the velocity vector of VB and VC value, which is already given in the example, we are having a resultant vector magnitude R equal to 22 km/h. Now we need to define a direction. For that, we are going to utilize a law of sine angle. That would be R upon sine theta equal to VC upon cos phi. VC upon sine phi. So, sine phi equal to VC upon R sine theta. VC is already given, that is a 10. R we have already determined 22 km/h, and theta we are having 120. So, 10 upon 22 into sine 180 degree. By resolving this, we are having a 0.397. Now, phi equal to sine inverse of 0.397. So, we are having phi equal to 23.4. Clear? Now, let us define motion in a plane. This is what the actual content has been started. Till now, we have defined that how the motion can be represented, how its magnitude and direction can be defined, how its mathematical operation on the vectors can be analyzed. Now we are going to define motion in a plane. So here motion can be represented in 2 dimensions using vectors. So let us define a position vector and displacement. This position vector R of a particle P is located in a plane in xy direction with the reference point origin point O. So R vector is available that defines a difference or the position vector between O and P. This vector having a x component which is defined as x of I, and y component is defined in a y direction, that would be as a y of I. So here we are having that particle is, that object is moving from point P to point P dash. So that difference difference of position is available as a delta R, which is defined as a R dash minus R. Here again, this displacement is defined by the straight line between 2 points P and P dash, irrespective of the path taken by that particular object. So that delta R equal to R dash minus R. Now what is R dash? That is x dash of I plus y dash of j. And what is R? X of I plus y of j. Let us take difference of these two vectors. So the resultant magnitude we are having delta x of I plus delta y of j. What is delta x? X dash minus x, and delta y, that is y dash minus y. Clear? Here we are going to end this session. Hope you understood. Thank you.